Courageous people do not fear forgiving, for the sake of peace. For a revolution is not just a question of pulling a trigger, its purpose is to create a fair, just society. Education is the most powerful weapon we can use to change the world. There are few misfortunes in this world that you cannot turn into a personal triumph if you have the iron will and the necessary skill. We must use time wisely and forever realize that the time is always ripe to do right. Success in politics demands that you must take your people into confidence about your views and state them very clearly, very politely, very calmly, but nevertheless, state them openly. Money won't create success, the freedom to make it will. No single person can liberate a country. You can only liberate a country if you act as a collective. Only free men can negotiate, prisoners can't enter in contracts. We must use time wisely and forever realize that the time is always ripe to do right. I could not imagine that the future I was walking toward could compare in any way to the past that I was leaving behind. The brave man is not he who does not feel afraid, but he who conquers that fear. It is music and dancing that make me at peace with the world. Your playing small does not serve the world. There's nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. Lead from the front, but don't leave your base behind. Peace is the greatest weapon for development that any person can have. Once a person is determined to help themselves, there is nothing that can stop them. If you want to make peace with your enemy, you have to work with your enemy. Then he becomes your partner. Nelson Mandela, activist, South African president, Nobel Peace Prize, born 1918. A good head and a good heart are always a formidable combination. We are children, the most vulnerable citizens in any society, a life free from violence and fear. I dream of an Africa which is in peace with itself. I have never cared very much for personal prizes. A person does not become a freedom fighter in the hope of winning awards. We must use time creatively, and forever realize that the time is always ripe to do right. There is a universal respect and even admiration for those who are humble and simple by nature, and who have absolute confidence in all human beings irrespective of their social status. It is what we make out of what we have, not what we are given, that separates one person from another. The brave man is not the one who has no fears, he is the one who triumphs over his fears. Without language, one cannot talk to people and understand them. One cannot share their hopes and aspirations, grasp their history, appreciate their poetry, or savor their songs. Quitting is leading to